For the first ever time, the Samsung IndyCar Series is ready to take the green flag. We are here at the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Complex for the running of the Honda 300, the first ever Samsung IndyCar Series race. Jake Galloway for Harding Steinbrenner Racing and Eli Bright, team owner, has claimed the pole for the first ever IndyCar race on this channel. Two's outside in second, Dale Coyne Racing's Trey Rainey, owned by Dustin Dietz. Third place, the 31 of Anthony Rodriguez. Fourth, we have Anthony Lehman. And rounding out the top five, it's Trey Wright in the 39. Sixth place, we have Christian Vargas. In seventh, it's Tyler Fink. Eighth for Kashawn Richardson. In ninth, it's John Gilbert. And John Smith rounds out the top 10, the 23. For the rest of the field, there's Brandon Beal, who's outside, Cole Luigi in the 9. Then there's Marshall Burrow and Justin Zeidel in car number 3. With Sebastian Kukulon and Jose Mills in the 60. Then we have Brandon Grenier and Mark Silas the 27, with Casey Nanico and Riley Spurley-Tube. Then there's Max Rossi and Ryan Barmer the 26, with Anthony Nez in the 66 and Kai Zander in the 28. Then we have Anthony Fox and Bronson Minnick, with Oliver Evans and Christian Richardson. Then we have Carter Friesen and Dylan Triste, with Riley Sampson and Jay Rando. Then Zachary Fitzwater Sr. and Nonigan Scott. And in the final row, in 35th, it's the 2 of Luke Rainey. 36th is the 15 of Jonathan Rains. There's the 36 car field for racing at the Mid-Ohio Complex here in the state of Ohio. Let's kick off the first ever Samsung IndyCar Series race with this starting command.
Start your engine!
36 drivers fire their engines up for racing here in Mid-Ohio to kick off the Samsung IndyCar Series. 15 laps on this road course in Ohio. Jake Galloway on pole. Team owner Eli Bright wants to win this race to the green flag. We're racing in the IndyCar Series. Dale Coyne Racing, Trey Rainey to the outside of the 88. Side by side, Galloway into the first corner. A hard right-hander. Trey Rainey takes it from Jake Galloway, new race leader. Galloway drops back to second and battling with the 63 of Anthony Lehman, Ed Carpenter Racing, owned by Mitchell Collins. Side by side for second. And Trey Rainey gonna try and break away. Galloway trying to clear, but it's Lehman fighting to the inside of that corner now. Galloway's the inside for this corner, and contact back there. It is Vargas in the side. Richardson back behind them. Some more contact as there comes Trey Wright. Up ahead, Galloway gets clear in second. Lehman back to third. Rodriguez is fourth. Vargas is fifth. Richardson sixth. Trey Wright now seventh. Then eighth place is John Smith. Tyler Fick is ninth. Cole Luigi up to 10th in the 9. Up at the front, look at the lead that Trey Rainey has pulled in the 18 because of the battling back behind him. He'll come through the final few corners with the race lead. Trey Rainey, Dale Coyne Racing, and Dustin Dietz with the first ever lap of the Samsung IndyCar Series. And only one driver can say they've done that, and it's Trey Rainey. So Trey leads the first lap. Jake Galloway, who started on the pole. Car owned by Eli Bright, a single car organization. Harding Steinbrenner Racing has Galloway riding in second right now. For Anthony Lehman, Ed Carpenter Racing, he rides in third. Mitchell Collins, his team owner, probably thrilled right now with the performance he's putting on. Fourth place at 31, Anthony Rodriguez. Carlin Racing, Jack Marshall, team owner there. And in the top 5, Christian Vargas, AJ Ford Enterprises, Evan Hunter, his team owner. Kashawn Richardson, Aeroschmidt Peterson, owned by Jonathan Beamford, rides in 6th. Trey Wright, the single car organization, Clausen Marshall Racing, owned by Nathan Ormond. John Smith, another Carlin car. Tyler Fink, the other Carlin car. So all 3 Carlin Racing cars inside the top 10. And our first Chip Ganassi Racing Honda, owned by William Bull, and it's Cole Luigi inside the top 10. For 11th, they battle John Gilbert and Marsh Bro, 2 teammates out of Ryan Reinbold. Justin Rose doesn't want to be seen. This is about for 11th there, side by side through this very thin portion of the racetrack. Very tight racing there. The dust can't really see anything right there, but it looks like Burrow did let his teammate in line. Up ahead for 8th. Trey Wright falls back as John Smith moves to 7th. is at the front of the battle for third. It's heating up. Lehman has it. Rodriguez wants it. Here comes the 31. Right on the back. He's going to try and look for a way around. As we close in here, zeroing on once again that battle for 11th between the teammates of Dry and Ryan Bold Racing. Justin Rose, the team owner there. It's John Gilbert, Marshall Burrow, 48-24. You can almost call it Hendrick Motorsports as if it were a NASCAR race. But the battle for third looked like it was going to heat up, but then kind of fell back. Here's a battle. This 14th. Zidell, Team Penske's Justin Zidell, owned by Matthew Logan, getting passed by the 60 of Jose Mills. Mills in the single car organization, Meyershank Racing, JJ Thompson, his team owner. Brandon Grenier, Andretti Autosport, 5 cars there for Andretti. Levi Schoen's the team owner. Sebastian Kukulon. It's Ray Hall Letterman, Andrew Bean, his team owner. Mark, that's another Andretti Autosport car. There's our first car for Dragon Speed, because there's only one Dragon Speed car. Yale Carrillo, Riley Spurgeon, his driver. Ryan Brown, another Andretti car. There's the 8 car, Casey Nanico, Gregor Racing, owned by John Peterson. Bronson Mick, the Penske car, flying by the Andretti Autosport car, but not quite. 28 slides into the corner, deep there. Another AJ Foyt Enterprise car, and there's another off-pace McLaren Racing's Anthony Hernandez into the dirt. Logan York, his team owner. There's Oliver Evans, the 77. One of those Eric Schmidt-Peterson cars. Another Penske car back here. Some more. There's an N Carpenter Racing car of Carter Friesen. Noggin Scott in the 30. Owned by Ray Hall Letterman. There's Jay Brando. Riley Sampson, Jonathan Rains back here. Fitzwater and Luke Ray rounding out the field. The front, Trey Rain leads the way. Jake Galloway in second. His teammates right now for Trey Rain not doing so hot. So there's Fitzwater back there in 35th. Jay Rando back in 30 seconds. Right now, only one of the Dale Coyne Racing cars is up to speed. And you would think as a team owner that would be terrible, that you want all your cars to perform well as they get the most points possible out of the day. However, for the team owner championship in this series, it's a little different. See Trey Rain go wide, and Jake Galloway's going to try and close in. It's a little different. Top 10 teams get points. There are 16 teams running in the Samsung IndyCar Series. Team Penske, AJ Foyt Enterprises, Eric Schmidt-Peterson, Chip Ganassi Racing, Andretti Autosport, Ray Hall Letterman, Dale Coyne Racing, Ed Carpenter Racing, Carlin, Dreyer and Ryan Bold, Greg Irwin Racing, Harding Steinbrenner Racing, Dragon Speed McLaren Racing, Meyershank Racing, and Clausen Marshall Racing. Those are the 16 teams. The top 10 get points in a race. So that means that 6 teams will leave empty-handed. And you may say, well, some teams have 5 cars like Andretti Autosport. Some teams have 1 car like Dragon Speed or Harding Steinbrenner. The way this is going to perform is only the highest driver from a team gets points. So currently right now, Trey Rennie would be the only one to score points for the team. As we look at, we saw something like Carlin, where they had all 3 of their cars inside the top 10. You look back here, there's John Smith. And just behind him is Tyler Fink, his teammate. You know, that's Carlin Racing right there, all up inside the top 10. The 31 also up ahead of Anthony Rodriguez. Only 1 Carlin car gets points. That would be right now 4th place, Anthony Rodriguez. 5th place, John Smith. Or 7th place, John Smith. He's the 2nd Carlin car. Even though he's inside the top 10, he's not getting points towards the team championship. He's getting points towards the driver championship. For 5th, Richardson goes wide. Here they come. And flying by is Christian Vargas. Not quite. But he fights back to the outside, sling it into the corner deep. Does he have position on him into this corner? Another car way out wide back there. So they got back on track. Looks like Vargas got to give it to the 7 for now. So we're 5 laps down, 10 to go. But the way the team ownership goes, top 10 teams get points. Only 1 driver from a team gets points in a race. That'll be the highest finisher for the team. How the points go: 1st place gets 50 points, 2nd gets 35, 3rd gets 25, 4th gets 20, 5th gets 15, 6th gets 12, 7th gets 9, 8th gets 6, 9th gets 4, and 10th gets 2. That's how the team ownership points will go at the end of the season. Whoever has the most points in terms of team ownership wins the championship. So it's not all about, you know, how all your drivers do. It's only about how one does. And right now, Trey Rainey doing it for Dale Coyne Racing's Justin Dietz. His team owner has to be proud. Trey Rainey out in front, looking to win the first ever Samsung IndyCar Series race. However, pit stops will be a factor in this race. It's going to be all about some pit strategy. When do you pit? When do you not? Trey Rainey goes wide again, but Galloway follows him through. and Richards had a tough time as well. Look at this battle. Can Smith get by Vargas? Vargas tried last lap and couldn't get by. Smith tried that time and couldn't get by Vargas. Can he hang with them? He's trying. The race leaders come down the front stretch. Smith fighting, gets by. Vargas falls back to 7th, fending off Trey Wright for now. And Jake Galloway, Eli Bright's team owner, has to be looking on, hoping they get up there and challenge Trey Rainey. Trey's already one of the winningest drivers in Joe Wright League history. So many Cup wins, so many Target wins, so many Truck wins, a Truck Series championship, first ever open wheel race. And he's doing a great job right now. Out in front, he's led every lap so far. He started this race second, got by Jake Galloway in the first lap, second corner. And right now it's just kind of calm. Everyone's just minding their P's and Q's inside the top 15, top 20. Really no battles. It's kind of what road courses are, especially Mid-Ohio. This is a very calm road course normally. But pit stops will definitely play a factor in this. See them kind of sling out of this corner. Galloway that time went really wide. He's going to lose some time to Trey Rainey. This is really the corner where passes are made. If someone goes really wide, like we saw right there, John Smith, some cars can get runs. Vargas went wide again. Here comes Trey Wright. I don't think he's far enough up on him, though. I think he's got to let off right there. That's a corner where he cannot go side by side. Now the question is, who's going to play the pit strategy right? Do you want to come down early and try and catch a yellow flag in case the yellow comes out, get tires sooner? Do you want to try and stay out as long as you can and extend the fuel as far as it can go? Because right now, we're past the halfway point. You can make it on fuel if you pit next time by. That's going to be something I think all these race strategists are going to be looking at. So there's about for 26th. They've covered a race since Christian Richard and given up to Team Penske's Anthony Fox. Look on. Trey Rainey, Jake Galloway. Lehman riding in 3rd. He's gotten away from Rodriguez. He's currently just riding in 4th for Carlin Racing. Richardson up to 5th. There's John Smith in 6th. There's a good ways back right now. The top 5 pretty stagnant, getting away. And Vargas in 7th. Looks like he has the most handful of anyone out here right now. He's been all over the place, sliding off these corners. Looks like he has no grip in those tires at all. He's going to be on the first hit pit road if, you know, if the strategy is that way. If the strategy says stay out later, he's got to stay out, obviously. So the question is, does Trey Rainey decide to hit the pits this time, or will they keep him out there a few more laps? Looks like he is staying out more. Does anyone come down this time by, considering you can make it on fuel from here? I would be shocked if no one comes down pit road this time by, and you can make it on fuel. But it looks like no one wants to do that. And we've had some position change. Cole Lucci back to 11th as John Gilbert moves inside the top 10. So how about that? Gilbert to the top 10 for Brian Reinbold. Cole Lucci back to 11th, but I think he's still gaining points for Chip Ganassi Racing for sure. So I'm sure his team owner William Bullen decently pleased with this so far. But a driver and a team owner who's very pleased, Trey Rainey, his team owner Dustin Dietz, has to be thrilled with what he's seen out front. Trey's opened it up by 2 seconds over Harding Steinbrenner Racing's Jake Galloway. Team owner Eli Bright has to be pleased with what he's seen out the front right now in 2nd position. So on the pole position, sure, I'd love to probably just get out front and lead the laps, but Trey obviously had the faster car at the beginning of this race, and it's showing right now 18 out in front, and from the looks of it right now, you have no contest unless the pit strategy goes awry. And now will Trey come down this time by, because pit stops could happen at any lap, any moment. Team Penske's Luke Rainey on pit road, so he's the first to come down pit road. Rainey gonna stay out again. Galloway staying out. Lehman. Anyone inside the top 10 decide to come down right here to try and leapfrog. There it is, Tyler Fink the first in. Tyler Fink comes in. He's the only one on this lap inside the top 10, inside the top 20. I don't think anyone else is looking to come down this early. So how about that? Only one driver this lap, and it's Tyler Fink. Last lap, it was Luke Rainey. For Fink, that's actually a good play, though. He was inside the top 10 to try and jump up. Because once again, there is a driver's championship as well, so he's looking to get that driver's championship, get as much points just to try and leapfrog on these fresh tires. He came out the back of the field. See right there, the rear end of the field, 35th is right up ahead of him. And Team Penske's Luke Rainey fell a lap down through that cycle, is merged back in the middle of the pack. He's currently 4th on the racetrack, but he's 36th in position order. 5 to go to the line. Trey Rainey leads the way. Galloway 2nd. Lehman is 3rd. 4th is Rodriguez. 5th is Richardson. We'll see if Trey Rainey decides to come down pit road this time by. 5 to go to the start-finish line. Tyler Fink was the first to make the move into pit road. And Trey Rainey says enough is enough. He'll come down. Jake Galloway wants a lap lead for 5 bonus points. He'll stay out. Can he get the lap lead? He did. Galloway, 5 bonus points there for leading the lap. That's big towards the Drivers' Championship. A lot of cars staying out as well. Rainey comes down. He doesn't have many friends. Right now, they're just going one by one. This is very interesting. No one's really making moves towards pit road in clumps like we normally see. It's going to be one big cluster. So far, only 3, now 4 cars as Chip Ganassi Racing's Riley Sampson has come down. Only 4 cars have hit the pits. Luke Rainey, Tyler Fink, Riley Sampson, and now Trey Rainey. And Trey's already gone. Look, he's left and he's in the middle of the racetrack. He's come out ahead of the 30th position car. And there's Tyler Fink. He's come ahead of Riley Sampson. As Jake Galloway leads the way, he'll have to pit shortly. 4 to go at the line. Does anyone else then, if Galloway pits this time, does anyone dare go farther on fuel? This could be interesting to see how long these drivers dare take it on fuel. They've slowed down 7/10 of a second since the start of the race. Well, for Lehman, it's not that much. He's only slowed down 2/10. There's Luke Rainey right now. All right, who hits the pits this time? Will Jake Galloway hit the pits from the lead? Survey says he does. Does anyone dare stay out longer? Luke Rainey, remember, came down already. He was a lap down. So far, everyone inside the top 5 comes down. Everyone inside the top 10 looking to come down this time by. Luigi, a late move to pit road. Almost hit the barrels there. Staying out. Brandon Grenier. 4 to go. He stays out with some others. Yeah, he has friends. I think his teammate back there stayed out the 27 of Mark Silas. There's Grenier through to the lead, but he didn't get the lap lead. Dragon Speed Trials Tube stays out along with Mark Silas. Ryan Brommer, so 3 of the Andretti Autosports cars. Rossi and Richardson have stayed out. Hernandez has stayed out. Look at that, another car. And Galloway is left. Where's the 18? Trey Rainey, because he merged into traffic, lost ground to Jake Galloway. And Galloway leapfrogged. But now can Trey get through? He's on warm tires. Galloway trying to fend them off. That's the difference, because Trey Rainey pitted sooner. He came out in dirty air. Galloway had the clean air for that lap. Even though Trey Rainey had fresh tires, it didn't matter. What's going to happen here? Can Trey Rainey outbreak Jake Galloway? And now since these cars are in dirty air, how does that impact? Rainey slides wide. So Jake Galloway leads first. Carter Friesen off the racetrack in front of them. 3 to go this time by. And how's Grenier doing? The 25. Remember, he stayed out, tried to lead a lap, but he couldn't lead the lap. I believe 4 of the Andretti Autosports cars are on the stretch. The only one that isn't is the 28. I think all the other ones are on that stretch, all 4 of them. So Grenier will hit the pits this time by. Silas' teammate comes down as well. 3 to go at the start-finish line. Can the 25 coast to the line to lead the lap? It looks like he does. So the 25, 5 bonus points there towards Grenier. He barely did it. He has the pit stall after the start-finish line. His teammate Mark Silas in as well. So should hand the lead over to Jake Galloway for Harding Steiberner Racing. Eli Bright is owner. So Galloway on point with 3 to go. He started on the pole. Trey Rainey is dominating. He's led the most laps. Finds himself in dirty air in second. Can he make a move for the win? Lehman comes down third right where he was. Richardson is now fourth. He leapfrogged Rodriguez, who's back to fifth. Trying to fend off John Smith, his teammate, to be the highest Carlin car. Vargas, Gilbert, Fink. There's Trey Wright, Brandon Beal, Brendan Grenier. He leapfrogged some drivers as Luigi now back behind him. There's Marshall Burrell. Mills and Brommer go side by side. Brommer just came off the pits. Nanico, Silas, Seidel, Kukulon, Minnick. There's Spurley too. That's where he came out. Max Rossi, Oliver Evans, Christian Richardson, Kai Xander, Anthony Fox, Anthony Hernandez, Dylan Traste, Riley Sampson, Nonigan Scott, Carter Friesen, Zachary Fitzroy Sr., Jay Rando, and Jonathan Raines. There's Jake Galloway. Where's Luke Rennie gone in the 2? He's a full minute behind. I don't know where he exactly is on the racetrack. There he is, just entering turn 1 now. So yeah, obviously that 2 car not up to speed in race number 1. It's going to be a bad start to the Samsung IndyCar Series season for Luke Rainey. 2 laps to go for Jake Galloway. The dominant car, Trey Rainey, 8/10 back in second. Third place is Anthony Lehman. Fourth is Sean Richardson. Rodriguez is 5th. No real battles at the top 10 at this point. The first battle might be for 10th. Brandon Beal is gaining on Trey Wright. That is Eric Peterson's. Brandon Beal owned by Jonathan Beeford. And Clausen Marshall Racing's Trey Wright. Nathan Orman, the team owner. And a battle for 10th. 39-5. Beal over the back. Looking to the inside of Wright right there. Great run. And Beal a little bit faster. He's got to outbrake him into this corner. And he does it. Brandon Beal, no, he didn't. Wheel to wheel. Beal might have to give it up. He's in the grass. He can't get 10th. At the front, Galloway goes wide. Trey Rainey, a little bit smoother through that corner. White flag this time by in Mid-Ohio. No yellow. We will end it under green. Can Galloway fend off Trey Rainey? Can Dale Coyne Racing's Trey Rainey somehow get up there? Oh, Rainey went wide that time. Didn't get the run to the front stretch. That's not good for him. There's the white flag. Last lap. Galloway out in front. Trey Rainey, the dominant car, trying to somehow run him down. And if Galloway wins this race, just imagine the celebration, especially considering that his team did it for him with the strategy. This wasn't, they had a fast race car for sure, but it wasn't all about speed. Trey Rainey definitely outsped them here today. It's just the fact that the 88 team played the strategy right so that they didn't get put in that dirty like Trey Rainey did. But we still have a lap to go, and Trey Rainey is within range to try and pounce 8/10 back. And the 18 has been faster this whole race, but I think not being in that clean air is impacting the 18's car. Only one driver can say they've won the first ever Samsung IndyCar Series race. Jake Galloway got to try and do it for single car organization Harding Steinbrenner Racing. He goes wide, but Trey goes wider. We're within the final stretch. Galloway into the final few corners. He started on pole today, but didn't get to lead until pit cycles. Off the final corner, checker flag is waving. The first ever Samsung IndyCar Series race winner, Jake Galloway and Harding Steinbrenner Racing from Eli Bright. They win in Mid-Ohio over Trey Rainey. What a call out of the 88 team to come down pit road later to stay out of the dirty air. Jake Galloway wins the race. He'll get the points lead, and he'll get Eli Bright, the owner's points lead as well. Galloway wins the race. Trey Rainey, though, great points day in second after leading the most laps, but comes short of the race victory. Let's go see the finishing results from the first ever Samsung IndyCar Series race at Mid-Ohio. Here are the finish results from the Honda 300 at Mid-Ohio. No caution flags here today, and 3 lead changes among 3 different drivers. All those happening within pit cycles, but pit stops are the name of the game in the IndyCar Series, especially at road courses. And striking first this season, Jake Galloway, the 88, leading 5 laps en route to victory. Stayed out lap longer than Trey Rainey on pit cycles. Ended up being the deciding factor in the race. Trey Rainey led the first 9 laps of action, had to come down pit road for fuel, came down too soon, merged down the pack, had dirty air, and Jake Galloway beat him off the pit lane. Rainey second, over a second back. Anthony Lehman third, Sean Richardson fourth, 5th place for Anthony Rodriguez. John Smith in 6th, Christian Vargas 7th, John Gilbert 8th, Tyler Fink 9th, and Trey Wright rounding out the top 10. Look down, Brendan Grenier in 11th, Brandon Beal in 12th, Marshall Bro 13th, Jose Mills 14th, Cole Luigi in 15th, and Casey Nacco in 16th, 17th for Ryan Brommer, Mark Stiles 18th, Justin Zidell 19th, and Sebastian Kukulon rounding out the top 20. All the drivers who started inside the top 10 finished there, as once again, road course, especially at Mid-Ohio, very track position based. 21st for Bronson Mick, Riles Perry to win 22nd, Max Rossi 23rd, Christian Richardson 24th, Oliver Evans in 25th, Kai Alexander in 26th, Anthony Fox 27th, Anthony Nelson 28th, Dylan Trey staying 29th, Nogin Scott in 30th, Riley Sampson 31st, Carter Fries in 32nd, Zachary Fitzwater Sr. in 33rd, Jay Randall 34th, Jonathan Raines 35th. Obviously, Team Penske's Luke Rainey, they did not set up their car well. Definitely did not have the pace to keep up. Only 1 race in, though. Not going to be too hurtful towards their championship chances. Being up 36, definitely not the way you want to start the season, though. You want to start with some momentum and at least have the pace at the beginning of the season. That's the 36 car field. Let's now go see the point standings after race 1. Point standings are pretty close at the top after one race in the Samsung IndyCar Series. Jake Galloway and Trey Rennie going tied into race number 2 for the points lead. Galloway winning the race, gets the points there, but for Trey Rennie leading the most laps, that nulls out the advantage gained by winning a race. So Jake Galloway and Trey Rennie going tied for the points lead into race number 2. Anthony Lehman is right now 3rd, Kashawn Richardson 4th, Anthony Rodriguez 5th, John Smith, Christian Vargas, John Gilbert, Tyler Fink, Brendan Grenier inside the top 10. Basically, all this is the same as finishing position. The only difference is Grenier jumped a position or 2 there because he led a lap during pit cycles. That's 5 extra bonus points. Gets him a spot or 2 because he didn't finish inside the top 10. Trey Wright did, but Trey didn't get to lead a lap. So basically, all this the same. We'll just scroll down through here. So after one race already, Harding Steinbrenner Racing's Jake Galloway, Eli Bright team owner, they've struck first. They have the team points lead. They have the driver point lead. We'll see how it goes, though. Race number 2 heads to Kansas for the Samsung 300. I will see you guys then.